Welcome, I am Ann Cannett. Here at CSL Bakersfield, we embrace wisdom teachings of all human history, from all of human history. And our vision, we are a spirit-centered, vision-led, consciousness-driven, inclusive spiritual community here to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. And our mission is to create a sacred place for spiritual practice and to foster our beloved community. Yeah. Okay, this service is made possible by all of our volunteers. We are so blessed. This community is run by volunteers. Our board members, everybody, you know, it's a wonderful place to be. So we're thanking all of our volunteers right now. Yeah, we're going to keep thanking them. We are really blessed to have a volunteer do our announcements today, because we always have a volunteer do them. Ken Fales.
Hey! All right. Welcome, CSL Bakersfield. Hi, everybody online. We've got so much going on in the month of January. Let's get to it. We request at this time that if you have your cell phone, just put that on silent, if you will. Go ahead and throw it on airplane mode if you're feeling like, you know what, I'm breaking the chain. Today, after service and fellowship, please join Sharon Anyon for Dream Circle. Find out what your dreams are trying to tell you. That's exciting. Find out what other people's dreams are telling them, and then go out in the hall and be like, did you hear what? No. It's a safe space. After service next week, Jamie Russell will be leading the first of our year-long series of workshops on Ernest Holmes's We Believe statements. So please plan to come to that, deepen your understanding of what we believe here at Center for Spiritual Living in a comfortable environment with friends, and be sure to bring all of your questions. Our Children's Center is open and staffed by a group of experienced volunteers, so if you're out there thinking, well, I'd love to come, but I've got kids, bring them on in, because we've got a great place for them. The January-February issue of Science of Mind magazine, have we gotten it? We sold out. We don't have the January-February. I'll let you know when we do. We sold completely out of it in the first week, but there's more on the way, just so you know. So the January-February book for book club is I Am a Part of Infinity by Kieran Fox. If you'd like to join the club, contact Janet Shaw. And I just want to say I've started reading this book. It is sort of on the life of Albert Einstein and his spiritual journey, and it is incredible. So I highly, highly recommend either reading or listening to that book. Our next board meeting is Tuesday, January 20th at 5:45 p.m. here at the center. That is this Tuesday. Our agenda can be found on our website, centerforspirituallivingbakersfield.com. And so check that out. We've got a lot going on. It's a busy time of year for us. And finally, I don't know who wrote this, finally, Ken's wildly popular run of classes continues in February. The next class focuses on Eckhart Tolle's A New Earth. It starts on February 6th and goes for 11 weeks. It is an online class only, meeting via Zoom on Fridays from 6 to 8 p.m. You can register on our website or talk to me about other ways to register. We are, we're going to do such good work in that class. I hope that you decide to join up. This coming Saturday, the 24th, we are celebrating birthdays with Sally McGuire, as always, at 11:30 a.m. at Harrington House. We're celebrating, I'm going to now try and tell you who we're celebrating from memory, because I left the list in my bag, so here we go. We are celebrating Marianne Okel, and we are celebrating Mary Lou Pack. We are celebrating Dar West. We're celebrating Ken Fales. We're celebrating Merritt Holloway. We're celebrating Liz Martinez. We're celebrating Dean Drury. We are celebrating Nico Grayson. We got our, and there's one more that I noticed. Is it Vicki Murray? We're celebrating Vicki Murray. There's even another, but it's Hum Neat. We're celebrating Hum Neat. His birthday is in February. So join us this Saturday at Harrington House at 11:30. Marlon is going to be singing. It's going to be so much fun. Speaking of Marlon, he is not feeling well today, so we will not have special music today. And this is just a great lesson on how we've had different people say, I can step in, I can do it. We're just not going to have it. And it's going to be all right. Things change. So let's just embrace that things change, and we'll have special music next week. I believe it'll be Scott Tobias, and is that right? Yeah, so we're doing great. So I just want to tell you one more time what our website is, because we have so much more going on in terms of events than what we packed in today. I'd just be standing up here talking forever. I'm already talking for too long. So go to the website, check it out. There's also, flyers on the back table. Center for Spiritual Living Bakersfield.com, where you can find out about all of these events and so much more. Right. We'll get to that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ken. I know because Marlon won't be here singing, that gives Ken more time up here talking to us, speaking, giving us words of wisdom. Yes, pressure. So, congregational music, Cindy Rothermel and Merritt Holloway. Ken just did the announcements. So let's stand up while Cindy's walking up, and we'll sing. Stand and I did hear it. There's your microphone. Don't forget your.
I've got a teacher voice. I don't know why I have to have this. It's called Use Me. You guys ready to have God use you? Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think that God was the sun, God is the sun, but God's so much more than the earth. Creator. All and all, using us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my life, it's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new, and he needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Must do all that I must do. Show me all that I must do.
Thank you, Cindy, Merritt, and Ken for that. Congregational, and everybody else, you did great.
Thank you guys for leading that music.
This is our time for our practitioner reading and invocation. Jamie Russell is our designated practitioner today. She is here to do that, and we will be praying with you after service if you would like a prayer. Jamie, Nico is here, I am here, and Ken always prays, so come up for a prayer, or there's a prayer box in the back that you can put a prayer request in, and all of our practitioners will have that prayer request. So, Jamie Russell, our practitioner today.
Thank you so much, Annie. So, good morning.
Good morning.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. So, my reading today is from the Science of Mind, the August of 2024 edition, and this is from August 10th of 24. Beginner's Mind. To know is to be ignorant. To not know is the beginning of wisdom, by Krishnamurti. Should all the wisdom of the universe be poured over us, we should yet receive only that which we are ready to understand. That, of course, is Ernest Holmes from The Science of Mind on page 44. John Randolph Price relates in A Spiritual Philosophy for the New World how a woman at one of his retreats asked him for advice about a challenge that she faced. When he told her his answer, she replied, "I already knew that." Price writes, the truth is, if she really knew that, the challenge wouldn't have entered her life in the first place. He added, right? Maybe it's time to bring some humility into our lives and admit that we do not have all the answers. And maybe it's time to start practicing the truth we so eagerly share with others so that we can be the teachers of wisdom we were sent to be. I vividly remember a time in my 20s when I thought I knew it all. Oh, the stupidity of youth. I had yet to learn that I had barely scratched the surface of the knowledge life has to offer. Today, decades later, I continue to marvel at how much I continue to learn. One of the hallmarks of spiritual maturity is the willingness to be a lifelong learner. The Buddhists call this shoshin, which means beginner's mind. Whether we're learning a new language or we've been studying spiritual concepts for years, we keep our mind open and free of preconceived ideas. Shunryu Suzuki wrote, "In the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities. In the expert's mind, there are few." That is from Reverend Sally Robbins. So the affirmation for today, I practice the concept of beginner's mind, opening my mind to new revelations. So if you'll join me in prayer. We know there's nothing but God. God is everywhere, in everything. God is always around, in, and through each and every one of us. We, each and every one of us, are privy to all of that knowledge, all of that goodness, all of that, everything God has to offer, God being the source of all. The ancient wisdom is always there from so many different people. And if we read it, they all say pretty much the same thing, I think. Pretty much, love thy neighbor, act in love, remember love, be love. I know this is true for me, and I know it's true for each and every one of you out there. And I know that the wisdom is always available through meditation, through God, through Spirit. knowing that this is already done, knowing that we each have that access, I simply say how grateful I am for this knowledge, for this easy access, for the source of all things to be available to me and to you. And so I'm just grateful for it all. So knowing that this is already done, knowing that each of us walks in love, walks in God's protection, knowing it's already done, I release my words to the four corners of the earth and the universe and far, far, far beyond. And so join me in saying together, and so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. She has such a beautiful voice. Yeah. And she's a beautiful human being. She and Nico led a letting go burning ceremony yesterday here at the center, and it was really powerful. Thank you so much for doing that. You're both a blessing to this center. Yeah. Okay, our theme this month is Ancestral Wisdom, New Thought. And our topic today is what it does. And our speaker, help me welcome Ken Fales.
I mean, that's a great sweater. Hi again, everybody. Something that I did forget to mention, so we started with yesterday we had the workshop for letting go, right, for doing the burning bowl ceremony. And there's a part 2 to that workshop series that's going to be on January 31st. And that's going to be at 6 p.m. an evening time. So that's a time change from what we've talked about before. So if it's on your calendar, just make note. We're changing it to 6 p.m. on January 31st. And that is going to be for inviting and allowing the new. So we've let go of what needs to be let go of, and Jamie and Nico are going to help us to understand how do we invite and allow the new. So please put that on your calendar. That's going to be exciting. And then if you would, well, first of all, my name's Ken Fales. I'm the spiritual leader here at CSL Bakersfield. I'm happy to see you all here. Happy to see you all online. In the month of January, of course, we're talking about the first 4 sections of the introduction to Science of Mind, and we do this every year. And so I'm glad that you mentioned beginner's mind, Jamie, because it's you know, somebody once asked me, you know, they said the Ernest Holmes in the Science of Mind, you know, it's about this thick if you haven't seen it. It's quite a tome. And he says the same thing again and again and again and again. And as Jamie mentioned, it is the same thing that has been said throughout human history. They said, why does he say the same thing over and over and over and over again? And I said, because you haven't gotten it yet. So if we can embrace it with beginner's mind and say, you know, this year I'm going to hear this message yet again, but I'm going to let go of what I think I know and find out what is for me today. What is for me to hear today on my path? I think it's going to serve us really well. So let's take just a moment, take a deep breath, and as we release, just let go and say, I am stupid. No, say, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not smart. I have the one mind. Of course I'm smart. I have access to the one mind. But if I'm saying, I already know, I already know, I already know, then as J. Krishnamurti pointed out, well, maybe you don't already know. You ever have that breakthrough where you realize how little you know? And it's just, you just laugh and laugh and laugh at how seriously you've taken things for a long time. What a good feeling that is. All right. I am going to, in the beginning, we're talking today about what it does. So to begin with this month, we talked about the thing itself. We outlined what is God, and of course, We know exactly what it is. No, it's very difficult to put into words what is this thing called God. Ernest Holmes calls it the thing itself. And we talked about, if you like to call it mother or father and think of it in that way as a person or something, that's fine. But let's try and hold at the same time the notion that it is a force, it is an energy, it is an isness, it is even more than that, it is a thing itself. It is this thing that pours itself out and constantly creates what is. And we say that it has aspects like love and joy and peace. And that's true because we need human words to say this is what it is. But it is more than love. It is more than peace. It is more than joy. It is ineffable. So what we're doing today, then we moved from the thing itself into how it works, and we talked about the fact that it works through us, that the tendency of our thinking and our feelings and our beliefs manifest in this world as our experience. And so today we're talking about what it does. And I'm super excited. There's some good stuff here. And I'm glad it's a foggy day because I'm going to work that into. So what I want to do to begin with is start with the yellow quote, throwback to last week. And I want to read pretty much the entire opening section to this little section of what it does because, again, Ernest Holmes says it very, very well. We should approach the study of this science rationally, never expecting to derive any benefits from it that its principle does not contain. For while it is true that we are immersed in an infinite intelligence, a mind that knows all things, it is also true that this intelligence can acquaint us with its ideas only as we are able and willing to receive them. The divine mind is infinite. It contains all knowledge and wisdom, but before it can reveal its secrets, it must have an outlet. This outlet we shall be compelled to supply through our own receptive mentalities. All invention, art, literature, government, law, and wisdom that has come to the race has been given to it through those who have deeply penetrated the secrets of nature and the mind of God. Perhaps the simplest way to state the proposition is to say that we are surrounded by a mind or intelligence that knows everything. That the potential knowledge of all things exists in this mind. That the abstract essence of beauty, truth, and wisdom coexist in the mind of the universe. That we also exist in it and may draw from it. But what we draw from it, we must draw through the channels of our own minds. A unity must be established, and a conscious connection must be made before we can derive the benefits which the greater mind is willing to reveal or impart to us. One more time, a unity must be established, and a conscious connection must be made before we can derive the benefits which the greater mind is willing to reveal or impart to us. The Spirit can give us only what we can take. It imparts itself only as we partake of its nature. It can tell us only what we can understand. The infinite knowingness becomes our wisdom only in such degree as we embody its intelligence. It has been said that we can know God only insofar as we can become God. This is a far-reaching thought and should be carefully scrutinized. It is to be taken figuratively and not too literally, for we cannot really become God. But we can and do partake of the divine nature, and the universal does not personify itself through us in varying degrees. I'm sorry, the universal does personify itself through us in varying degrees according to our receptivity of it. Come on. So we must establish a unity, a conscious connection. So we know, we talked about, we have our thoughts, our feelings, our beliefs, and that impresses on the law, and the law manifests it such that our experience is basically a mirror of our thinking, right, of our beliefs. So if you want to know the quality or content of your thoughts and beliefs, you simply look at your life and look at your life experience, and you will see. And so you might ask, well, I guess I have been doing this all my life, which is true. Since you were born, you have been expressing, and you have been believing, and you have been manifesting your experience of the world. And you think, if I've been doing that all my life, then why do I need this special thing called spiritual mind treatment? Why do I need to create this unity or this conscious contact with the one? I didn't feel that unity or conscious contact before, and it was working for me. Fair enough. Solid question. You cannot get rid of your connection with the one. You are the one. The one is always expressing through you. And so regardless of whether you make that conscious connection or whether you know that you are unified with the one, you will express and manifest your thinking. The thing is, when you wake up in the morning and you feel like life is great, I am so peaceful, I am so joyful, I am filled with love for my fellow man, I feel abundant, I just want to go out and sing to the world, and I feel this way every single day. You do not then think to yourself, how can I change this? You don't do it, right? When we think of how can I change this, it's how can I need a better way. I am experiencing struggle. I am experiencing heartache. I am not experiencing peak health. I am not experiencing the joy that I want to experience, the peace that I feel like I should experience. I'm holding grudges. I'm filled with upset. I can't seem to forgive. I need a better way. And that's when we realize we can use this power for better. We can change, right? Ernest Holmes says there is a power in the universe for good, and we can use it. He also says change your thinking and change your life. So we can purposefully use this power rather than sort of misusing it from time to time, as we have tended to do in our lives. Because when we are born into this world, the world tells us we're separate. Right? You're separate from your mom, you're separate from your dad, you're separate from everybody else, and you're obviously separate from God. You're all alone, and I will protect you. This is the voice of the ego that comes up. And it's just something that happens here in the physical world. And we begin to operate from this system of thought that says, I am alone. And there is at least a very low level of anxiety that is simply constant when you are thinking and perceiving as an ego. Such that it is so normal and so constant that we can be feeling that anxiety and not even recognize it. right? If it was foggy every single day like this, if it was just always foggy, then there would be nothing different about today. Today would just be another foggy day, and you'd be driving a little slower on the highway on the way in, and you'd have your lights on, and you'd be like, that guy should have his lights on. And that guy's going a little too fast. You're going to be sorry. It would just be nothing different. It would be what it is, right? And so this is how it is when we are thinking from the egoic mindset, when we are perceiving from that mindset, when we don't even feel this low level of anxiety because we have felt it every day of our lives. And then sometimes it flares up. And we get angry at this person, we get angry at that person, we act out. And we start to feel small, and we start to say, it's not me, it's this, and it's not that, it's not me, it's that, and this thing, and this is the reason, and it's all outside of me. And suddenly the way I feel is dictated by what's happening in the world. If people are nice to me, then I feel great. And if I wake up and my wife's having a bad day, then I'm like, I guess I'm having a bad day too. And we get to the point where we realize, I want change. And then we think, we start to find different spiritual paths. And that's why here at CSL Bakersfield, we are open to the wisdom teachings of all ages, because if you're learning Buddhism, you are enlightening yourself on science of mind. If you are learning the Hindu religion, Vedanta, if you are learning Christian mysticism, if you are learning Jewish mysticism, Taoism, you are learning the science of mind. So we're open to all of it. And you come in and you say, how can I get rid of this ego, this separation? And that's when we say a unity must be established. A conscious connection with God must be established. We can't just say, yeah, I believe. I'm one. I'm one, brother. I'm one, man. I'm so one, you guys. I'm so one. That guy's a loser. That's not how it works. A conscious connection, a real, true unity. Nothing against people who smoke weed. Maybe settle down with it, but you do what you do. So next week we're going to talk a lot about spiritual mind treatment, but I want to say the first 2 steps of spiritual mind treatment. The first one is recognition, where we recognize that God is all there is. And the second step is unification, where we recognize that we are one with that we are unique expressions of this one. And there is a reason why we start our treatments out that way, our affirmative prayer that way. We don't just cut to, I know this is the truth. Health is revealing itself right now in Sally. We start with a conscious connection of the truth, because we tend to live in this world of egoic perception. And one way that we can begin to wake up from that perception of ego is to daily treat, and more than once a day if you feel like you can do it, because what we do is we spend time each day saying, I know God is all that is, and I am one with that. I am an expression of that one. That changes our thinking, and it changes our beliefs, and it changes our experience of the world, and a little bit the fog lifts, and I'm gonna go from 60 to 65. I can see far enough ahead of me. I see the brake lights up there, and I can stop. And the more we do it, the more we treat, the more we spend time in that place of knowing I am one with the one. the more our experience changes, right? The more our beliefs change, the more our experience changes, which causes proof. The fog lifts, and I see more than I've ever seen before in my life. This is beautiful. And so our conviction grows. And as our conviction grows, our belief deepens, and we experience even more. And before you know it, it is a sunny day, and it is blue skies, and you can see for miles. I can see for miles. You can see for miles. Hallelujah. The light is here. It is clear. It is present. And you think, I can't believe how little I used to see. I was in such a fog, and now I see it all. And it is so beautiful. And it happens little by little by little through conscious connection. Now let's see what I was supposed to say. Thomas Merton, he is a Christian mystic, says, "We have what we seek. It is there all the time. And if we give it time, it will make itself known to us." And I say one way to give it time is spiritual mind treatment. To be silent, to be still, and say, I know that God is all that is. And I am one with this. And as we sit in that knowing, we give God time. That thing that is within us, the thing itself, begins to reveal itself to us. Little more, little more, little more. We can do this in meditation. We can be still. And just, sometimes in meditation they say, well, you want to stop thinking. Fair enough. Honestly, don't worry about that. When you sit in meditation and you are the observer of your thoughts, the thoughts come up and you say, oh, there's that thought. Okay. Oh, there's that thought. Okay. You become the observer of the thought and no longer identified with the thought. The egoic perception equals I am my thinking. But if you step back and change that and say, I am the observer of my thoughts, the power of that egoic identity just begins to weaken and weaken and weaken, and the more you do it, it just begins to dissolve, and the light is revealed within you, the sun comes out within you, the fog clears from your mind. I'm just nailing this fog thing. And and thank you. And we're free. We become free. This is the truth about what it does, right? We can talk about what it does is it brings us health. What it does is we can treat for joy, and we can treat for peace, and we can treat for good health, we can treat for abundance, we can treat for all of these things. It's true, and it's good that we do that. But what we are truly treating for is to awaken to who we truly are, to get our bloated nothingness out of the way and express the one truly. And when we do that, we have health. We have peace. We have joy. And that's not to say that challenges don't come up in our lives, or that, when somebody close to us dies, we don't feel sad and cry. Of course we do. But we're not crushed by it. We're not made angry by it. There is that thing that is deep within us that is still joyful, that is still at peace. And we can deal with what happens in life, with what comes at us. And we're always peaceful rather than to say happy or unhappy. There's a great chapter in The Power of Now that says, beyond happiness and unhappiness, there is peace. Right? Happiness and unhappiness comes from what's outside of you. But peace is from within. And things happen in the world. And they may be upsetting, but they don't crush us because we remember who we are. We have that joy, that well of peace within us. We have heaven on earth. We have practitioners here at Centers for Spiritual Living. These are people who go through intense training to practice spiritual mind treatment and to be spiritual guides for you. They dig deep when they go into these classes. It's not just writing and reading and regurgitating information. They do serious spiritual work on themselves. They go into themselves and they dig in the dirt. And we have Nico, we have Jamie, we have Anne, we have Liz, we have Portia. I'm a second-year student. We have Marnie, who is a first-year student. These people can be your guides for awakening. You can come up after service and get prayer with them. You can also approach them and say, I would like to have a session with you once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month. I would like you to guide me on my spiritual path. That's what they're here for. They can help you to awaken. They want to do it, right? They want to do it. They studied for it. They work for it. They treat for themselves every day for it. They're here for you. So please avail yourselves of them. You will see them. They're wearing their sashes. You'll see them. Approach them. Next week, we're going to focus more on spiritual mind treatment itself. What are the steps of spiritual mind treatment, this sort of thing. But why is spiritual mind treatment necessary? Because we need to awaken. We're not just here to use the secret and get money and heal our bodies. Those are great things. We can be abundant and we can have health. We're here to awaken to the truth of who we are. Our spiritual magnificence. And so please avail yourselves of these practitioners. Read the Science of Mind. Do spiritual mind treatment. Spend some time in meditation and allow the one to awaken within you so that we can wake up to who we truly are, because tomorrow can be better than today. Remember last week? I'm not going to do a lap again, but tomorrow can be better than today. Today, better than yesterday. Unless you're like me, every day is awesome. Almost. I'm getting there. Would you join me in treatment now? Please. You can close your eyes. You can leave your eyes open and find a spot where you want to just focus your gaze. You can lower your gaze if you don't feel comfortable closing your eyes. It doesn't really matter. I can't be stuck on the podium. Let's take some deep breaths. Let's just let everything go. Everything that's happening in our lives, everything we need to do after the service today, and even everything that's been said in the service today, let's just let it all go. So that right now there's only one thing happening. You're sitting there in stillness, and I'm standing here talking to God. All is well. As we recognize in this moment that there is only one thing happening, only one life, only one power, only one source and substance that is all that is, all that we see, all that we don't see, every person. It is me. It is you. It is each one. Such that I am peace. I am love. I am wisdom. And that means that you are peace. You are love. You are wisdom. That stranger you see on the street is peace, is love, is wisdom. This is the essence of each one. As we know this for ourselves, we know it for others. As we see this within ourselves, we see it in the world. If we just rest in this, we feel the joy well up within us. We feel the peace well up within us as we recognize that all is well. And so I am so grateful the truth is true. That God is God, that I am, that you are. Life is, love is, peace is. Knowing it is so, I let it go, and together we say, and so it is. Thank you so much.
He always amazes me where all that stuff comes from up there in his head, and it just comes out his mouth. You're so good, Ken. So good. Yeah, I agree. So good. Okay, this is our conscious giving time, our opportunity to give back to this center in our love and in our gifts and in our volunteering here. So if you want to volunteer, see Ken. He's good at saying, yeah, you can do this. So we have our offertory on the, yeah, thank you. So together we'll say, today I give in love and joy from the overflow of abundance in my life. My gift goes forward to bless and uplift, fulfilling the purpose of our spiritual community. Lives are transformed. I am grateful, and so it is. And thank you to Dean Drewy and Scott Tobias for collecting our offering today. If you want to give online, there's plenty of ways to give. We can do Venmo. Cindy's wanting to give her gift, Scott. Ken will get it. And she's walking over to pick up her microphone.
It's written to CSL.
I'm choosing heaven today.
I'm choosing.
Yeah.
Stand up and let's choose heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing love today. I am walking the road of love right now, singing, I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing peace today. I'm choosing peace today. I am walking the road to peace right now, singing, I'm choosing peace right now. I'm choosing joy right now. I'm choosing joy right now. I am walking that road of joy right now, saying I'm choosing joy today. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road to heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. Right now. Right now.
That was great. Oopsie. Thank you, thank you. So this is the close of our service. Since we're all standing, we can form a right? It's a close. Ken looked at me like I was crazy. I'm not crazy. I might be a little bit, but so we'll just circle up. Remember, like Ken said, let's get a prayer after service today. Marnie Rader has provided lunch. I just walked out there and smelled the wonderful smells. Yeah. So just hold your hands up to somebody as we share our love today. And repeat after me. I know who you truly are.
I know who you truly are.
You are a unique way that Spirit is expressing.
You are a unique way that Spirit is expressing.
I love you.
I love you.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
I thank God for you.
I thank God for you.
Welcome home. Yay. Now let's join hands and we'll sing the peace song with Cindy Rothermill and Merritt Holloway.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as our border. Lovely all are we. Yes, we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every step I take, yes, this is my joyous vow to take